Good morning, traders. It is 7:07 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, July 16th. Welcome to my trading journal. It's been a while since I've actually fired up the recorder. Been watching the markets, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot happening. Summertime slow is definitely in full effect. We're almost 40 minutes into cash open, and the range on the ES is only about, what, 4 handles maybe? Not maybe, it's right on 4 handles. So here it is, it's summertime. This is kind of what happens, but we'll talk about that, I guess, in a little bit. But let's go through our normal morning process. What you're looking at here is order books, depth of market. There's no charts here, no indicators, nothing, no gimmicks, nothing fancy like that. This is all trading on order flow. These are futures products. There's 5 of them here from left to right. We have the Ultra Bond all the way over here. This is the 30-year symbol ZB. Right here is the ZF, which is the 5-year T-Note. Right here's the 10-year T-Note. It's symbol ZN. That's primarily what I trade. I trade the ZN and the ZB. And then all the way over here on the right is the ES, E-mini S&P 500. Typically, it works as an inverse correlator to these fixed income products. So when this one is going up, these should be going down and vice versa. That hasn't been happening a lot lately. For whatever reason. So it's been tough. Excuse me. So yeah, this is a Jigsaw daytradr. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's the name of the software. You can definitely look it up. You can Google it. You can look in other YouTube search platform and or the search function and find it. There's tons of stuff out there. I'm not really here to teach you how to use it. I just show my trades and go from there. Kind of walk through what I'm thinking when I'm looking at what I'm looking at. So let's kind of go through our morning routine a little bit more here. It's already, like I said, it's 7:10 a.m. Pacific time. But so it's a little bit late to be looking at the overnight, but let's just go ahead and do it anyway really quick, just because that is what we do every morning. This is a delayed chart, but you kind of get the gist. We opened right around here and just sort of went sideways, dropped in a little bit, continued to go sideways, and then we had right here some news come out. It looks like it even started before the news. And it's sold off very, very quickly on very high volume. As you look at the volume profile, there's a lot of print starting right in here, which is kind of unique. And so we're just kind of going sideways here in this range now. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get to that right now, which is the calendar. You look at, there's a lot on the calendar here today. We had retail sales this morning at 5:30 a.m. We had import prices. We had industrial production come out. It looked like retail sales was the number that really drove the sell-off there. We just had these 2 numbers come out, and the big one here is the Powell speaks at 10 a.m. my time. So about 3 hours from now. It could be that the market does nothing until then, but we'll see. Just looking ahead tomorrow, housing starts at 5:30 a.m. and nothing else. That might be a better day to trade, to be honest. And then you have, it's a little more busier on Thursday, although it looks like a lot of the major stuff is in the morning. And you have a couple minor auctions in the afternoon and balance sheet. So a lot of Fed speakers today. Again, Powell speaks pretty soon coming up. So that could be why the market's sort of on pause. Also, that you know, it's July and summertime slow is in full effect. So let's see, what's the next thing we do here? Areas of interest. Coincidentally, when we had that major sell-off, it paused here at the overnight low, and that's where we saw rejection back higher. But you can see the amount of volume that started printing. And we were in this range up here. We had that data come out, and it started to sell off, and it's sold off pretty quickly down to here. But there's a lot of volume that started printing. We haven't even got back up into here to start to build this profile. So that happened on this move down. That happened on this move down here. So it started printing all that volume up in this area, which is pretty remarkable. So that's something to note. If we get back up here, 31.5, 31, we'll see if they continue to print, build out this profile. If not, it would be the overnight low. It would typically act as a bit of resistance. Ideally, we'd retest yesterday's low and the current low and see if we can get some buyers to push it back up into the range. That would be the ideal area right now, area of interest. Again, the context is summertime slow. Normally I don't trade a lot in July and August, to be completely honest with you, and I haven't posted a lot of videos because I just haven't been trading. I watch the markets sometimes when I'm here, but the days are getting really warm here in San Diego, and which makes the nights really warm, which makes me sleep like a baby. And it's tough to get up in the morning. It's easy to stay up late. And I'm just sort of enjoying life a little bit more now. So it is what it is. I don't plan on really staying 100% consistent, like day in and day out with trading, to be honest. It's just something, it's a little bit more than a hobby. It's going to be a profession soon, but just not really at this moment, simply because I'm still relatively young and relatively healthy, and I just want to enjoy life while that is still the case. So that's where we're at. So normally I focus a little bit more in the summertime on the ZB, just because it moves a little bit more, especially when we get to a point where it settles into a range. A lot of times it'll find a 3 to 4 tick range and just sort of go back and forth. Also depends on a little bit more on the context when later in the day, so on and so forth. But it's pretty typical to find, if you do find a range, a little range like that, you can throw some size at it and just pull 1 or 2 ticks out at a time and just kind of go back and forth. So that's sort of a little bit different than what the normal kind of approach is, but it can work if you're comfortable with that. So again, it'd be a little bit more of a focus here on the ZB. And yeah, I'm not really seeing anything right now. Trading a little bit too much in range from my taste. So I'll go ahead and just pause the video, stop talking so much, and if something comes up, I'll fire it back up again, and we'll go from there. And if not, then this goes into the recycle bin with all the other non-start videos, and it is what it is. Okay, it's about 9:13 a.m. Pacific time, to be exact, and so we've seen basically the ZN just do like a march all the way down, just basically like a full-on meltdown. It blasted through the previous low and then went through yesterday's low as well, and then basically shot right back up. And we're right back at the previous high, which acted as resistance. Just sort of taking a shot here, just seeing if we get a rejection again at this point. I can't really attribute the previous sell-off or the turnaround to anything. Again, we looked at the calendar previously. There was a lot going on today. A lot of Fed speakers, stuff like that. So it could be that. I don't think there was any data that came out at the 8:30 level or 8:30 mark, but I could be wrong. It's a little late in the day to be getting such moves like that, but we'll take it. Again, I just sort of jumped in here because this was the previous high that got rejection. Pretty solid rejection. Not only that, but I looked at a longer term chart on the ES, and exactly where it turned around right here at about 3005 level is exactly where it turned around previously. When was that? Like 3 days ago. Was that Friday? So it's longer term support. I've had buyers respond there previously, so I anticipated that they would pick that up and also, you know, get some reaction over here to try to push this thing a little bit lower. I'm only trading a 2-lot today just because, yeah, I don't know. I just had it set on 2-lot, and so that's what popped up, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that for now until I get back into the swing of things. Like I said, I've been watching the markets lately. It just doesn't seem like, it seems like these products are disjointed from what's going on over here in the ES. The ES has been selling off pretty well. Like I just said, the ZN, ZB, all these products sold all the way down and then shot back up. So they're just not trading in that inverse correlation that we like to see. And I've been seeing that happen in the last couple weeks, which is a huge turnoff for me. I think I just woke up this morning and decided I was going to trade, and that's why I'm doing this today. Not very healthy, or not very smart, I should say. So I might be quick to pull this off or cover this trade if it starts to go sideways. Damn, that's... Now all of a sudden they're reacting to the weakness over in the ES. Let's see if we get some sort of pushback here. If not, it might be a quick loser. So far, nothing. That's not good. Really hoping that sellers would step back up at this level. It's not looking good. If the ES gets down below, gets down to like 3003, it might be in trouble. I hate to do this, but I'm going to put it out there for a scratch. Just not liking what I'm seeing right now. All these other products are pushing higher. Might take this off. I might pull this order, but for now I'm going to leave it, I think. I already got orders pulling off here. Haven't seen any aggression from sellers at this point yet. The only thing we have going for us is the fact that it's stalled out at this level. Only had 400 or so hit up thus far. But if that weakness in the ES continues, then it's just going to blow right through this, I think. So far it's holding up. Seems like a no-brainer to buy over there in the ES. Let's let this ride out. It's only 2 ticks. 2-tick risk. And I think that this could easily sell down in for 4 or 5 ticks. Be nice if the 5-year started to sell down. Here we go. Finally getting some pushback here. Let's see if we can get some follow through. Could be that second chance selling opportunity. Gotta work on being more patient because that's really where you need to enter. You see that initial push down and then you let it pop back up and then that's when you can get in. Just have a little bit of confirmation that sellers are actually present at that level. Just be patient to let it come back up and push it back down. Just need some confluence here. Need buyers that kind of step up in the ES, which will force the sellers over here in the ZN to push this thing down. I thought I'd get a little bit more reaction by now, especially with the continued strength over there in the ES. Need some follow through. Start piling on. Let's go. So it looks to me, sellers can't follow through. Buyers are just waiting for the ES to drop back in to blow this thing through the highs. Come on, man, sell it down. Buyers just seem to be absorbing all the selling right here. We're going to have to overwhelm them. Need that continued aggression by sellers here to push this back down. This is where we stalled last time too. For some reason we can't bust through that 27.5 level. Starting to get some size on the offer. That's good. We need that bid to start pulling off. Should have just stuck to the ZB. It could have sold 18. That would have been pretty easy. I think that's right where it that's right where it stopped last time as well. At least there would be a couple more ticks in the money. This thing should at least sell back down to the point of control. Wow. Look at that. I'm going to cover this thing. That was insane. The offer just melted right off there. Like, what is going on? I think, you know, what I saw in June a lot, or what I saw in June, which really turned me off, and I had a really bad June last year too, which is kind of odd. I don't know if it's coincidental or not, or if there's something going on, but it was just, it seemed like other time frame people were playing a lot more than just day traders. They're kind of overwhelming certain aspects of the markets. You had again, like I was talking previously about the disconnect between the ES and these other products. And normally they have this inverse correlation. It's just unsettling at best. Screw it. I'm done with this shit. Just scratch it. But I mean, it's already almost, it's 9:45 right now. I'm over it. I got other things to do. Okay, that's it.